Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. It's a beautiful summer's day again in the UK. The weather has just been fantastic. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the Hangout. I'm just going to refresh it to make sure that I'm broadcasting. It looks like I am, which is fantastic. Now, we've got quite a bit of stuff to get through on this Hangout, and I do apologise that the sun sort of goes across my face. I'm not complaining about the sun, but I'm sitting well, my office is my bedroom. I'm sitting by the bay window, and it just pumps the sun in here, which is fantastic. Now, before we get into, let me just get rid of this. Where's it gone? There you go. So before we get into what we got, I just want to tell you where we are in respect to the launch, really, because we're still in this pre-launch. So what I can tell you is just briefly now that we've got a gold bot that we're going to be adding, and we're going to be talking to you about that on this Hangout. We've also got a semi-automatic trading bot that we're going to be talking to you about on this Hangout. Then we're going to be adding a new design. Okay, we've got a new design for the front when people go in. We're also then going to be adding some more training tools, and I'm going to show you, give you an idea of what those are about on this Hangout as well. And then we're going to be adding another exchange, which will be crypto to crypto. So you'll be able to do crypto trading. So all of that sort of stuff, we should be really, we're looking to get towards a launch towards the end of August, September. Then we'll be able to launch. Then we can get heavily into marketing because we'll be ready for lots of people to come in. We'll have the bots in place. And we'll have some other things that we will add as we go on, but that's where we wanted to be. We wanted to have the gold bot in place. We wanted to have the semi-automatic trading bot in place. We wanted to have Pro Coinbase, I think it's called now, which was GDAC in place. We wanted to have Sexio in place, and we're going to add another exchange. Okay. Now, what I will be doing very soon is we're going to be making a post later this week on Facebook, and I'm going to be running a little competition where I'm going to be giving away some free Bitcoin. And basically what I'm after is testimonials that are on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And, you know, you'll bring back your link, you'll stick it under the post that I make, and then we'll pick up a winner out of that post. So I'll make that post and let you know when that's going to be available. Excuse me. So what I want to do is Darren's going to talk to you a little bit in a moment, hopefully, about gold. But before we get into gold, okay, I want to share my screen with you, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what we've got with a semi-automatic trading bot. Now, the bot that I'm about to show you is very raw in its stages, okay, because we're not finished it, okay. But I just wanted to show you what it is, and it's only available to the admin account. You may have seen it there today, but we've removed it because we were adding things, and we've removed it so you can't actually get access to it. Some people thought, oh, I've got access to it, sent in a support ticket and said, oh, it's not working, but it's not ready, okay? So let me share my screen, and hopefully you can see my screen. If you can give me the thumbs up, Darren, excellent. So what I'll do is I'll go over to the Hangout. If you've got any questions as we go through this Hangout, then pop them into the comment box here on the Hangout, okay? Pop them into the comment box in here, and I think Darren's already said, any questions, please put them in here, okay? Now, when you're in your back office of Zukul, you will, not yet, and it's going to be, we're not sure which package we're going to put these new bots in, okay? But I can tell you they're not going to be in the starter package. The starter package is basically what it is. It's not going to change to how it is now. The starter package will have Sexio and GDAX, the new Coinbase Pro, okay? That won't have anything else in the starter package. Now, when we move into the intermediate package, the beginner's package, the intermediate package, and the advanced package, they will have different sets of different robots, and they will have different tools, okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to show you here is I've got a tab. You won't have this in your back office. I've got a tab that says semi-automatic trading bot. Now, before I actually go to the bot, what will happen is you will come here to create a new bot. You'd get this pop up, Okay, you choose. We'll change this because it says GDAC, but obviously it will say Coin Pro Coinbase. I think it is. I forget what the new name is. You set up your API key. So I'm just going to import some API keys. That one will do, and do that. And what you'll have is, you don't have this at the moment, but if depending on what package you've got, you'll have different robots here. Okay, you'll have the semi-automatic trading robot. This is your crypto robot. You'll have this is your crypto fiat, so we might change this to called crypto fiat. And then you might have a robot that's for the gold, and you'll also have another type of robot that will do crypto to crypto, because each robot's works slightly different. Okay, so you'll choose from here the drop-down menu what bot you want. I don't have any funds available, but you will obviously give your bot a name at the top there. So I'll just say I test. You would set how many lots you want. You'd set your return on investment. You'd set how much you want to invest, you know, the maximum that you want to spend. So it could be, you know, you might put in there, it won't let me obviously because I don't have it, but you might put in there 300. And then what you'll do is you choose this slidey bar here. Now with the semi-automatic bot, this button will be gone. You won't have a backup bot because obviously you're going to be doing the trading yourself. You will have the auto compound because you may want to compound. Now basically it will work similar. You set it to how many lots you want to do, but instead of the bot buying the lots, you would buy the lots when you want to. Okay, so I'm not going to set this bot up. I'm just going to close that. And then I'm going to go into this semi-auto bot that I set up here just to show you. So as you can see already, I've called it Test Sexio. There's my bot at the end there because we're testing it. As you can see already, I chose the pair was Bitcoin against USD. You could choose any pair that you want with the semi-automatic trading bot. I said I want to spend 40 euros split into 20. Sorry, yeah, $40 split into 2 lots of $20 each. Now, as I'll say again, it will not buy those lots. It won't buy anything. You will do the buying. As you can see here, I've already made a profit. I made 31 cents. So obviously, and I'll go into the details in a minute. I obviously clicked the button to buy, and it went up in profit, and I clicked the button to sell, and I got a return on investment of 0.8% on my I think it's a bit more than that because I changed this after I paused the bot and then changed it. So let's go in and have a look at the bot details. So I'm going to talk to you about this chart in a minute. I'm going to talk to you about this, but I just want to come down the bottom. I did a test where I tried to spend more than I had just to make sure it was working, and I got this error to say that I've got insufficient funds, which is perfect. We know that's working with the auto trading bot. I've got the trade log. As you can see, I was trading there with $29.99, but I've since changed that. I bought this much Bitcoin here. I bought it at this price when Bitcoin was at $6,623.96. And I sold it when it got to $6,692.44. As I say, gave me a return on investment on this particular lot of 1.03%, which is 31 cents. Okay, as you can see there, 8th of July when I did it, which was yesterday, and I was just testing the bot. So coming into the current lots held, I then went and bought another lot when I sold that, and as you can see now, the bot's telling me that if I sell that lot now, it will be run at a loss, okay? But I didn't have any strategy. There wasn't no trading strategy that I used for this. I just clicked the buttons to see if they were working. Click a buy, and at the top of the screen here, if I come up, you see it says buy now, you see? Tells me the current price of Bitcoin because that's what I'm doing. If this was Litecoin, it would have the Litecoin price there. Maybe we'll put the word Bitcoin at the top there, you know, just to make that. But you'll have a buy now button up the top of the screen there, which is obviously above your chart because it's where you're going to be doing with your chart. Now, what we're going to be doing with this semi-automatic trading bot, this will not be in any other bot except for this bot and the gold bot. But I'm just going to show you an example. You see this bot here? I don't know whether you've ever, this chart. I don't know whether you've ever seen Darren. He draws these lines on the screen. Okay, he draws these lines on. He can change how long he wants the candles to be. These are 2-minute candles, but they're set at 2 minutes by default with this particular chart. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to build a chart similar to this. I've just chose this one, opened up this account here, demo account, just to show you a chart. So we will have a chart like similar to this. Okay. And if I zoom in a bit, you can see that on the chart, let's go to USD. There you go. As you can see, the candles move up and down, which is lovely. And if you can see, there's this yellow line, there's a green line, there's a blue line, there's a red line. Okay. Now, these lines you can add by the tools down the side here. Well, first off, you can change your chart to, I don't know, an area. There you go. So it's like that. Then you can change your chart to lines. Maybe you like it like that. Then you can change it to the Japanese candles. Maybe you like it like that. Or you can maybe, that's the hollow candles, you know, which you might like them like that. Or you might decide you want bars. I don't know. You see, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding, look, you see, look at these. That's quite nice, isn't it? The red and the blue. I'm assuming the blue's an upward trend, if you like the blue. You can also, we'll be adding a toolbar similar to this, okay? So you'll be able to draw lines on this. So if I wanted to do a horizontal line, and I want that line to be, I don't know, I'd make it that orangey color, and I would be able to draw my line and put it on the screen and then move it around on the screen, you know. And then Darren sometimes, and maybe Darren will tell us a little bit why we're going to be adding these tools in it, so that it helps you with your trading. But Darren, maybe, I don't know if Darren, if it's, I put him on the spot now, but you might be able to just go through and give you an idea of what you would use these lines for. Okay, you've got all these sorts of things. You've got MA, you've got Bollinger Bands, you've got all this stuff here, and this is what we're looking to add to our semi-automatic trading bot, which will make it a great bot for you. Now, what happens when you trade in a lot of places? You trade, and you're left. You don't know whether you're running in a profit. You see, so you'll get an indicator to say you're running in a profit. And again, we might give you an option, okay, that you might be able to choose to say, well, I've set that bot up. I'm going to bed now. If it goes up in price by X%, please sell it for me while I'm asleep. So we may add that in. Now, there's not other bots that do that. This, you know, if you're trading like with this type of thing that I showed you here, if you're buying, I mean, this is a completely a binary option thing, but if you're buying something like here, you see how the price dropped off, and if I was buying down here and now it's bedtime, your automatic trading bot that you've got already in Zukul would monitor this and then sell when it's on a high. But you might be sitting in front of the computer and saying, well, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to choose when I want to sell because I understand the candle patterns and I reckon it's going to go up to this. So I'm going to hang on. And I'm going to, it's just a bit more exciting, really. But then you might decide at the end of the day, say, look, I haven't managed to sell that lot that I bought. So what I'm going to do while I'm in bed, I'm going to ask Zukul's bot to now click in, tick an option to say, sell it for me in the middle of the night if it gets me a return on investment of X. Okay. So we'll be adding this. We're not going to be adding this platform here. I just use this as an example to show you the toolbox on the side because that's what we're going to be adding similar to this, similar sort of tools to this, okay? And that will be on this chart. It will not be on all the other bots that you've got, okay? It will not be on the other bots that you've got. It will be on this bot, this new bot, the semi-automatic trading bot. So we're looking now, we've more or less finished the first prototype, if you like, of the bot being in place. Then what we want to do is we want to start to add the tools. So, you know, that might take another week or so to add the tools. I'm not sure. The programmers will let me know as and when they'll give us a time frame. But this bot's going to be ready very, very soon. Okay, very, very soon you're going to get your hands on this semi-automatic trading bot. At the moment, it's going to work with Sexio and the old GDATs. I can't get GDATs out of my head. And then when we add new exchanges, it will be, depending on what package you're in, it will be a semi-automatic trading bot for those other exchanges. And we're going to tell you a little bit about the gold now. but the gold will have a semi-automatic trading bot. Darren will maybe give you an idea of why, go into a bit more detail about gold and whatnot. So I don't want to take any away from what Darren's saying. So I shall keep my mouth shut on the gold and then pick up afterwards to see if there's something I want to add. So that sort of semi-automatic trading bot will be coming soon. You'll have a lot more tools in the semi-automatic bot. You'll be able to do analysing candles. Now, we will be doing some training on a bit of understanding the candles and understanding some strategies of how you might want to do a bit of hands-on trading yourself. And I'll say again, this semi-automatic trading bot will not, 100% will not be in the starter package. It will either be in the beginners, the intermediate, and the advanced. We're not sure where we're going to place it in, because it's really for people that have got their heads around a bit better with trading. And I don't think it should be put in the starter until people have got a bit of trading under their belt. And then when they sort of go up to the next package, then they've got more experience and they understand that, trading's a risk, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the Hangout. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And what I want to do is have a drink of water and hand it over to you, Darren. Are you ready to go? So I'm going to shut up and it's over to you, sir.
Hello, thank you for that. Okay, right. Let me just make me stuff. I'll just disconnect. I should have done this before. Move this sec. I've got a fan on. Can you hear it? Or is it distracting? You're okay. Right. Okay. Now, flip chart. Now, hopefully you can see this. That's obviously the affiliate plan. I'm not going to go through that today because today we're going to have fun facts about gold. Now, I've got a whiteboard. Now then, hopefully you can see all that. That's all in there. Now then. I'm really excited about this. So gold, all right, it's now I was collecting silver a few years ago, so I've got a little bit of knowledge on silver, but actually I didn't know very much about gold. And I know Jeremy's talked about it off and on over the past few weeks and months about this new gold bot that's coming in. I knew he was really excited about it. Now, over the past few weeks, I've started to collect a little bit of information. I've had a look at trading patterns, and again, I'm going to show you those in a moment. But I just wanted to sort of give you a little bit of a flavour as to why gold is an excitable commodity to have, or at least to trade. The major producers, North America, okay, now obviously everybody knows about the California gold rush, but actually Canada is where it's at the moment, okay, so there's a lot of gold being mined effectively in America. You've then got South America. Basically, Ecuador has cornered the market in there, but also Brazil. Africa, particularly South Africa, and obviously the Krugerrand, the gold, I suppose the gold doubloon, they are big producers of gold. So again, 17% of the world's gold is coming out of that South Africa. And then a huge area, which is, I put Asia and Russia, but actually it's mainly China. And they're producing, again, 17% of the world's gold. But obviously North America is at the top of the pops there, with 35% of the gold is coming from North America. What about gold prices? Okay, now we all know that, or we're all told that we've got to hold on to gold, we've got to buy gold, we've got to invest in precious metals. But what's the reality? Well, reality is 1970, an ounce of gold would cost you $35. Now, back in 1970, $35 was an awful lot of money. I think my parents bought their first house at around about 1970, and I think it cost them like £2,000. So, relatively speaking, you think, okay, that's quite cheap. But actually, even then, it was quite expensive. That said, it went up to a high in 2012 of $1,700 per ounce. And then it's dropped off down to, I think it was about $1,100, so about $1,100, and now it's now on its way back up in $1,300 an ounce, sort of floating around sort of 1,300 to 1,250 at the moment. The important thing for you to understand, especially if you're going to be trading gold, is what drives the price. Now, we're all familiar with cryptocurrencies at the moment, okay, and what drives the price of cryptocurrency is a public perception of cryptocurrencies. So because there's a lot of public people who are interested in cryptocurrencies, there's a lot of that sort of flight, fear, fantasy going on. So basically the 3 Fs. So everybody has this fantasy that they're going to be rich, so they'll go and buy a load of cryptocurrency. Then all of a sudden they'll read something, or somebody will say something about cryptocurrency that's negative, and they'll think, cripes, I've got a load of cryptocurrency, I need to sell it. And that is what's happening at the moment. And the reason that is because although we think the cryptocurrency market is huge, in the scale of things, it's not. Once the corporates and countries start to get involved in cryptocurrencies, then all of a sudden it's then become much more stable commodity for us to trade for cautious people, okay? However, countries in South America are starting to adopt cryptocurrencies themselves, and also you've got countries in Africa starting to adopt cryptocurrencies and actually getting rid of their fiat currency, which, as an aside, is a bit of a scary thing for all these first world countries who have lent a lot of money to these countries, and now they know that they're not even going to get it back because obviously they're changing their currency into crypto. So that in itself is causing a little bit of disconcertion out there. What drives gold prices is fear, and not sort of a fear about job losses or losing a job or anything like that. We're talking about world fear. So catastrophes, all right? So if there's a big catastrophe, people start to buy gold. Brexit, that drove a lot of prices up in gold. What else? Trump coming into power drove the prices of gold up. Why that might be, I'll let you draw your own conclusions. But basically, fear, risk, and uncertainty will always drive the price of gold up. So where there's uncertainty, there is profit, okay? So be aware of that. Also, it's all well and good you having a gold doubloon, or you having a gold nugget, or you having a gold bullion. You can't necessarily go down to Tesco and buy a loaf of bread with it, because how are you going to get a little bit of gold off that? So what you also need to understand is, how do you liquidate it? There's a problem, okay, because gold is a precious metal. So this is one of the things that Jeremy has been working hard on in the background. Yes, he's got programming teams that are building these amazing bots, and obviously he's building a fantastic platform for them to go onto. But behind all of that, there's an awful lot of work being done to make sure that we're working with the right dealers, because some dealers will not buy other dealers' gold. You may not be aware of this. I mean, if you live in the UK, you'll be bombarded by, is it UK bullion by post or whatever it might be, a major sort of bullion by post company. Okay? Not many people will buy that bullion. Okay? So if you're investing in that company, then you're only going to really be able to sell that bullion back to them to be able to liquidate it. Okay? And they're going to give you a particular price. And if they give you a particular price, it's going to be on what we call a spread. So there's going to be effectively a commission on that. So just be wary of where you're getting your gold from. That said, the way that Jeremy set this up is that you're going to be able to liquidate your gold instantly, okay? Because of the way that he's arranging for the bot to effectively work. However, you may not want to liquidate it. You may want to store it, you may want to hold on to it, or you may want to hide it, okay? You may want to dig a hole in the garden or do something with it. And also the other thing you need to think about is whether you want to have it in bullion, you want to have it in gold, in coins, or do you want to have it in some other form? Or do you actually just want to hold on to, not necessarily the, what would you call it, the tangible element of it, you might just want to trade the price of it, and that's what's called futures. Okay, so you're not actually buying the gold, you're just buying the predicted price of what it will be in the future. So there's all sorts of different ways that you can make money out of gold, save gold, store gold, along with your cryptocurrencies as well. And I think, as Jeremy has mentioned already, is that cryptocurrencies is sort of protecting you or providing you with an alternative pot of money in the future. Okay, you may not be making a great deal of money on, I don't know, Jeff's cryptocurrency coin today, but in the future you are predicting that that will obviously be very valuable in the future. And it's the same with gold. However, with gold, you've got a very, very clear track record of actually prices increasing over time. Okay, so those are the fun facts about gold. Do you want me to take a breath, or do you want me to go into trading and drawing the lines and having a look at gold price?
Yeah, you carry on. But while you're moving yourself back to your computer, or you're going to do it on the whiteboard?
No, I'll do it on the computer.
Ah, right. So while Darren's moving himself back towards the computer, I just want to say I buy gold myself. Okay, I bought a bit of what Darren said he's done in the past, and I bought silver. When you like collect it, it's I think it's another way of spreading your assets. You know, because if you've got £200, $200, or €200 sitting under the mattress, you know, it's proven that fiat currencies is constantly going down. So if you've got a bit of spare cash, if you like, holding cryptocurrencies and holding gold and silver is sort of hedging your bets, if you like, and spreading your assets. So you're not holding it, you know, you're not keeping all your money in the bank. You're not keeping all your money in cryptocurrency. You're not keeping all your money in gold. So it's just another string to add to your financial portfolio, if you like. And that's what this bot's going to enable you to do. It's going to enable you to trade with gold, okay, with gold against Bitcoin. And it's also going to give you the ability to just accumulate gold if you want, and not sell it until you're ready. You might want to keep it for a year. So I'll shut up and let Darren carry on with his presentation that he's doing, and I'll mute myself here. And I see that there's a couple of questions, and I'll come to those from the Hangouts. If you've got any questions, pop them in the box there in the Hangout, and I'll catch those on those in a moment.
Okay, right. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen? I'll assume it's a yes, because I can't see anything else or hear anything. Right,
yeah,
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right, I'm on our old friend here, which is tradingview.com. It's a free bit of kit you can go out and go and get. There is a paid option, but obviously for this purposes, I'm not going to use that one. At the top here, I've just typed in gold, and as you can see, there's lots of different ways that you can look at gold. I'm going to look at Bitcoin gold. I'm just going to look at gold US ounce. So as you can see, it's our usual candlesticks. And if I just back out a little bit, you can see that if we go to beginning of 2017, you can see that gold was here at 1100. It then did stairways to heaven up here, got as high as 1360, and as of today it is, that wasn't a bad guess, was it, 1259. Okay, so what Jeremy's talking about with the new graphs, effectively, or the new charting software that's going to be put onto your dashboard. It can be very exciting, but there is a big word of warning. It can also become very addictive, and you can think that you can see patterns, or you can think to begin with you don't see any patterns, but then just by adding a few lines and adding a few indicators, if you like, then all of a sudden you can see a really clear pattern, and this then excites you, because you then think, great, there's an opportunity here for me to make some money. And you may be lucky and make some money, but equally you may be misreading or misinterpreting the information, and also you may not necessarily be also looking at the market news or market conditions. So there's an awful lot of things that you need to be aware of, and that is why Jeremy's quite right in saying that he doesn't necessarily want to put all of these technical features or these technical analysis features in the lower levels of the bots, because you know, again, there's an element of obviously making sure that people are not overwhelmed, if you like. So we know, well, let's just very quickly go through what we're looking at here. We've got what we call these signs here, we call them candles, and as you can see, we've got green candles, which effectively show that the price during this time period, which is actually a day, the price has risen during the course of that day here, and it's risen and risen, risen, and then obviously red candles indicate where the price has fallen down, or basically it started high and closed the day at a low, and so therefore it's lost some value. And obviously over time, you can see these pretty shapes being made. Now, we've got the ability to draw lines, pitchforks, Fibonacci charts, and all sorts of very fancy looking technical stuff. But on top of that, you've also got indicators which you can use, which are popular trading indicators. And I'll just give you a very quick example of one. So if you come up to the top here, click on the indicators button, and I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to look for parabolic SAR. Here we go. Parabolic SAR. Now, there's a couple of them, but I'm just going to go with the basic one, just so I can show you what's happening with this. So you can see all of a sudden the chart has changed, and what we've got are these dots. Now, basically, there is some tricky bit of calculus going on behind this parabolic SAR. And you can see here we've got some settings. So if we click on the actual settings or the format, we could actually decide how we wanted the inputs to change. So at the moment it's obviously set at 2s, you could have them at 1s, you could have a mixture of 3s, 1s, 2s, whichever way you wanted it. Okay. However, just in basic terms, what does this show us? Well, Forex traders tend to use these. If you'll notice that price, or the price rises here, okay? What the price has done, well, let's have a look at these dots. They're going down as the price is moving down. And then all of a sudden this candle appears, and the dots appear below that candle and then start to go up. What's that telling anybody who's looking at this? It's basically suggesting that the price has now changed from a trend that's going down to a trend that's now going up. So it's effectively reversed. And this is what's called either swing trading or reverse trading. And what you're doing is trading the reverse in the price. So if you look here, during the past, where are we now? From the 18th of June, the price has dropped. And you can see that the parabolic SAR has also dropped with it. And then look what's happened today with this candle. Parabolic SAR dot is now at the bottom here, which is suggesting that the price will now start to rise. So if you wanted to trade the parabolic SAR, then now would be the right time to use your bot to enter to the gold market. And over a period of time, the parabolic SAR is suggesting that the price will go up. Notice that the parabolic SAR is suggesting it, not me. I'm just telling you what the parabolic SAR is suggesting. You can see here, price dropped, and then all of a sudden the dot comes below the candle. If you entered the market here, you'll notice that there's opportunities as the price rises to take a profit. But in actual fact, it flatlined, which is denoted by the parabolic SAR sort of flatlining a little bit, and then it dropped off. So the parabolic SAR in itself is not a good signal. However, if you use it in conjunction with other indicators, then you can all of a sudden start to create a really good signal for yourself, whether it be long-term or short-term. So hopefully that's explaining or giving you an example of how one indicator could give you some really great buying signals, but also give you some duff information. Okay, so here you can see it drops, and again here the dot is below this candle, but it only lasts for 3 candles before it drops again. and the parabolic SAR is at the top. Okay, so if you want to make sure that you're using the information that we're going to be able to provide you on the charts, then great, but just make sure that you're using all of these signals with A, a pinch of salt, and B, with other indicators as well. So clearly here, we've got a classic one here, yeah, where the price has dropped, you bought it here at the bottom, and then you could easily ride that parabolic right up to here, which would have made you best part of $1,000 on your gold ounce. And not $100, sorry, on your gold ounce. And sorry, you came in there, Jeremy.
Yeah, I was going to say, while you're on this screen, actually, I mean, Darren's showing you this is one indicator, as he says. But what we will be doing in the back office, we will be having videos to sort of talk you through what each indicator shows you. We're not gonna teach you how to trade with those, but we'll tell you how to notice the patterns, and you'll obviously make your own educated assumption of whether you want to buy in, sell, all that sort of stuff. But you see, with gold, again, with gold, if you look at the pattern of gold since they first started mining it, it's had this, it all has, practically the same as cryptocurrency, has this mountain range. But the mountain range over a period of you know, I don't know when they first started mining gold, you tend to find that it goes up. There's an upward climb for it. You know, unlike fiat currency, has always gone down. You know, it's slowly going down, and you know, eventually it will get to zero. So gold, we're actually going to be the first trading bot, if you like, that's that you've got the cryptocurrency, you've got the fiat currency. You're going to get crypto to crypto currency trading. You're going to get gold. You know, so you're going to, there's going to be, this bot's going to be a lovely little tool. And remember, we've also got another bot that we're going to be bringing to you. Completely different platform, not inside Zukul at all. Completely different exchanges, completely different way of working. The other bot is more for a real, what I want to say, serious trader. I don't say advanced, okay? I say serious. What do I mean between serious and advanced? An advanced trader, I would say, is somebody that works on Wall Street or, you know, the London Stock Exchange, and they know how to trade. But with a serious trader, I class myself as a serious trader. I'm not, but I trade, part of my work, my day's work is about trading all sorts of, you know, currencies against currencies, crypto against crypto, crypto against currency, and now gold and silver. We'll other precious metals, okay? But to start with, we're gonna have the gold, and we're gonna have that available soon. So I'm just gonna pop to the Hangout, if I may. And Mike Briggs was asking a question earlier, and Mike said, for those people that are in the advance, will the trading limit go up from 6,000 so that people can, you know, use these new tools? Now, if you're, we will look at that, Mike. That's all I can say. We will look at that. There's not that many people that are in the advance, but we will certainly look at that. The next question there was Carlo, and he said that he actually tried the bot today, the auto semi-automatic trading bot. I'm sorry, Carlo, but you obviously went in just at the time where we added it before we updated the screens. We had to add it, so you may have got access to it. You won't have access to it now. If you placed a trade, you'd have to go over to the exchange and close it over there. You won't have the tool, I'm afraid, to close it inside the back office. You won't know if it's run a profit. You'll have to do your own calculation on that. You know, if you see tools in the back of this office, you see in your back office, you see a bot that you've not seen before, my recommendation is to leave it alone. Leave it alone until you get the green flag from us to say it's now available, because the programmers are putting stuff in so that they upload. Then what they do is they block people out, but they need to upload it. So sometimes you might see something and then it's taken away and you think, well, that was there. It's gone, it's vanished right before my eyes. So if you see something that we haven't said it's available, then don't use it. Use it at your own risk, okay? Because the auto trading bot is not available for everybody at the moment, and the gold bot is not available for everybody at the moment. And I don't know, I've been wanting to get to you. I'm not quite sure what Patrick's got there. So if you've got any questions about the bots that we're going to be adding, pop them into the Hangout here. And we're more or less, we've got about 15 minutes left. So just to recap from my side of things, Darren might want to come back in again. If you've got some other stuff you want to add, Darren, you're going to show something else. He is, yeah. So we're going to be launching soon the gold bot and the semi-automatic trading bot. I'll say again, it will not, 100%, they will not be in the starter package. They will, I believe the gold bot, we're going to put it in the advanced, the intermediate and the advanced is where the gold bot will be. The semi-automatic trading bot, I believe we're going to put it into the beginner package and above. So the gold bot will be in the higher packages, okay? But we'll confirm that 100% when we're ready to launch it, okay? So over to you, Darren, if you've got some more to add.
I'll unmute myself, that'll be easier. Yeah, it was just a couple of final points. And remember, this is an observation. It's not trading advice. If I just get rid of that and that. Okay, so just look, this is the price of gold. Okay, now, for those of you who've been in cryptocurrencies a while or looked at graphs on cryptocurrency, that graph looks remarkably like the rise of Bitcoin. Okay, it could easily be Bitcoin graph that. However, look at this peak here. It bimbles along here, okay, and then all of a sudden it shoots up in 2008. If anybody can remember what happened in 2008, is that we had that huge economic crash, didn't we? Well, look what happened just before it. Now, I wouldn't say that was insider trading because that would be illegal, but there is some definite, significant movement happening before that economic crash. Then what's happened is that people have lost faith, okay? What they do when they lose faith is uncertainty. They're buying gold, okay? So you can see that pattern happening. Then look what happens here. Now, what happened between 2016 and 2017 called Brexit. So what is going to happen in 2019? Brexit actually happens. There's also probably going to be an election, and obviously you've then got other various bits of uncertainty happening now. Unfortunately, I've used up my free time with this, so I'm not going to refresh it now. So basically what I'm saying is that if you are looking to invest in gold or precious metals, then just look at the news and use the news along with your indicators. And like I say, just go for the long run. As Jeremy says, you're hedging with various bits of cryptocurrency, might be property, it might be pensions, it might be precious metals, it might be diamonds, you know, whatever it might be. But just look at what I'm trying to demonstrate here for you guys is that, yes, there's lots of tools and ways that you can draw fancy maps and things like that on charts, but also just be aware of what's going on in the news as well. And that was it, really. That was all I was going to add. So I'll come out of that and I will stop sharing.
Wonderful. Yes, good. You've stopped sharing there. I was standing there looking at the screen thinking what's going on. But let me go over to the Hangout. What exchange will be using for gold? Well, if you look at this Hangout, below the Hangout, it says there, buy gold. And it says here, but now you can sell it right here. It says you'll need a zukul account and there's plus this account here. So there's a link actually in the description so you can get yourself set up with the gold platform as and when we add it to the back office. And that will be very, very soon. So you can, if you want, start setting your accounts up. I would say if you're not in the intermediate and the advanced, I wouldn't say don't waste your time setting it up because you're not going to get access to the tool. It's certainly if you're in the starter package, and the beginner package, you don't need to be setting yourself up with the gold account. Okay, it's purely for people that are in the intermediate, and the advanced will be for the gold trading. So there is a link in the bottom in the description that you can use to sign up to the gold exchange. And then what we'll do is when we release the bot, we'll let you know, and you'll then be able to, we'll give you instructions of how you set your API keys up and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so we'll have all the videos. Now, what we will be doing, if you've noticed in the back of Zukul at the moment, if you come to the trading bot getting started, and if I share my screen, maybe that might help because I'm not sharing my screen. So can you give me the thumbs up, Darren? You can see the screen. Excellent. So when you come into your back office of Zukul, we're going to be changing this getting started page, you know, so you come to the trading bot menu item at the top here. And then when you go to getting started, because there's a lot more stuff we're going to be adding, and this page would just go on and on and on. So we're going to start categorizing the icons here so that you can follow a breadcrumb trail of a particular place that you want to find out about. So we'll be limiting the, we're going to cut these icons down. We're going to have new icons coming into the getting started page in the trading bot. We'll also do the same on the getting started for the affiliate system. Okay, but the trading bot will be having some new bots coming in there, and I'll also be telling you about the extra new bot that we got coming. And as you, as a member of Zukul, are going to get first well, I don't know what's the word, first cut of the cake, if you like, of this new bot. We've got so much coming to you. We're going to blow your socks off, and I tell you that me and Darren, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, okay. But me and Darren are working on something now that when we get it to you, we know we're going to blow your socks completely off. And I think that I might even grow a goatee and a full head of hair when I get, so I can match Darren there. But we're working on something now, and we're getting together a specification for the programmers for something really, really exciting. I can't tell you what it is because I'm not allowed to. My lips are sealed. But you're going to love it. You really are going to love it. But again, this new thing that we got coming won't be in the lower packages. This is going to be purely top notch for the people that are serious about getting into trading. So I don't know what we got. 8 minutes left, Darren. Is there anything else that you want to add before I say something I shouldn't?
Yeah, I'll quickly get you back onto that gold. Do you want to just quickly give the guys a feel for the company that you decided to go with, and why? Honestly,
yeah.
Why you?
And I can't go and buy, you know, I can't even go and buy a pint of beer with it. So that gold, and I know quite a few people buy gold and keep it. You know, some people have it in jewelry, some people have it in physical bars and coins, like Darren was saying. The problem is, doesn't matter whether you have jewelry or whether you have bars and coins. When you want to get rid of it, you've got to take it somewhere to sell it. If you've got jewelry, you could take it into the local jeweler, and he'll probably give you you know, a bit of cash for it. Or you can take it and pawn it in, as they say. Or you can go to these shops where they'll convert. They call it. We have one here in the UK called cash converters, and they'll give you cash, but they'll give you a rubbish price basically. When you actually have a piece of physical gold, depending on how much you have, that has to have a documented to say that you own it. You know. So, you know, if you've got a shopping trolley full of gold bars, again, you can't turn up at the local supermarket and say, I want to clear you out of strawberries because I hear there's a strawberry shortage coming, and will you take my gold? They're not going to do it, are they? So what we look for is we look for a website or a company that gave you a few options, okay? Now, the first option is they will keep it on, this is meant to be a safe. They can keep your gold, okay, in their safe, in their vault. I think that's the word you're looking for. They will keep the gold in their vault on your behalf. It will show in the back office that you've got this piece of gold, and they'll keep hold of it for you. Of course, you can have it sent home, or you can have it sent to me if you want. You can give it to me, or give it to Darren, or give it to somebody else. But, you know, you might buy a bit of gold for your daughter, or your wife, your girlfriend, or your lover, or whatever, but you can have it delivered to a physical address. So that's One thing is they will look after it for you. Two, you can have it delivered. And the third thing that I like is you can sell it to them. Okay, you can sell it to them, and they'll give you back Bitcoin. And the fourth thing that I liked about it was that you can use Bitcoin to buy the gold with. Okay, so when, let's face it, if we didn't, but if we would have had this bot when Bitcoin was up crazy, you could have bought yourself a stack of gold, and now you could have been selling that gold and increasing your Bitcoin, or you could hold it. Gold is, for me, something I treat Bitcoin, gold, silver. I'm going to put them in the same category. It's because I buy them for the long haul. I'm not buying them for to make money tomorrow. I'm looking that it's an investment for me. It's my pension, if you like. So that's why we chose this company. Did a lot of research on the company, made sure that there was, that we've done our due diligence. Do yours as well, okay? And it's a fantastic company. So they give you the ability to store the gold with them, and they give you can get, they'll keep it safe because you might not want to have it sent home and put under your mattress. They give you the ability to send it to a physical address so you can have it. And they also give you the ability to sell it back to them. But the thing I love the most is that you can buy it with Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency. It's just another great way, because if anything happens to fiat currency, you know that the gold that you've got, they're not going to turn around and say to you, well, I'm sorry, you bought it off us with dollars. You've got to have dollars back, and dollars ain't worth nothing now. So you're going to get a wheelbarrow worth of dollars or pounds or euros, and you think, what am I going to do with them? Bitcoin, my personal belief, is here for the long stay. Bitcoin, my personal belief, is that it's going to keep rising year after year after year, and it's going to become a very valuable asset to have in your portfolio, along with gold and other precious metals. So that's why we chose this company, okay? So hopefully that answers that question. And you've muted, unmute yourself.
Sorry, yes, it did. And I was fascinated, so much so that I actually forgot to look to see if there's any other more questions. So off topic, Lorraine, I want to share this also with people. Someone's talking about social matey. Do you want to cover that today, or do you want to do that Friday? Social
matey, we've put it sort of on the back burner, okay, purely because we wanted to get you these extra bots. So what we're going to be doing, this is the plan. Social matey does work for some people it doesn't. We're aware of that, okay, we're aware of that, but we haven't had the time to go in and sort that, because we've been working on we want to launch Zukul, we want to launch these bots, we want to launch these new bots we've talked about tonight. We want to launch the new bot that's going to stand outside of Zukul, this advanced machine, if you like, that's going to have different exchanges. So social matey, as soon as we get to the launch, which is in the next month or so, I'm hoping that we're going to launch, we'll come back and revisit social matey, make sure it's all working and that everybody can use it. And then what we'll be doing is we'll be adding other social media platforms to it. At the moment, it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We will be looking to add LinkedIn and other sites as well. But at the moment, it's just on a little bit of a back burner.
Yeah. And Lorraine, if you haven't watched any of the Wednesday Hangouts that we've been doing, we've actually done a series on Facebook. So again, if you want any sort of quick wins on Facebook and promoting through that, then obviously I do apologise in advance. There are some lengthy videos in there, but again, it's all good stuff that will hopefully get you going. In the meantime, Sergio is hi Sergio. I haven't forgotten about you. I will get back to you. It's just been a bit of a crazy day today. Anyway, he's asking, do we have a schedule for the gold bot and the semi-auto trading bot to be released? Yeah. I know you talked about the launch and things like that. But
we did cover that in the beginning of the Hangout. So what we're looking at now is that we could now switch on the gold and the semi-automatic trading bot now, and they work. But the problem is they haven't got all the tools that we want to give you. So we want to make sure that when we launch, when we switch it on, it's got all the tools. You know, that tool menu bar and those lines and things and the indicators. We want to have that in place. So we're looking, I believe we're looking at probably another week. Okay, we're looking around the week. Don't hold me to that because, you know, we might, you know, might run up. But about a weekish, you know, so say within the next fortnight, that's when we're hoping to launch these two new bots. So hopefully that answers that question. As soon as I get a bit more concrete time from the program, it's just not that we leave it an open-ended thing and they can take as long as they like, but it was today I only told them about the tools. I said, I want these tools. So they said, okay, let us evaluate. We need to, you know, do a bit of research on how the tools are built and all that sort of stuff, because these things are standard things, these tools. You know, we'll probably be able to buy these tools as a plug-in off somewhere on some developer site, adapt a code and plug it in. It's not unique tool to us, you know. The actual trading bot's unique to us, but these tools where you can draw lines on, you know, you should be able to buy that plug-in and we'll plug that in. But the programmers need to find it first and tell me, they say, oh, I found it. It's going to take us 2 hours or it's going to take us 32 hours, you know, to put it in. And so until they come back to us, I can say to you about a week to 2 weeks.
Okay, just conscious of the time now. I think
we've covered everything.
We've covered everything now.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
So what you need to do, I won't be doing a hangout this Friday, okay, because I'm actually travelling down to my brother's to pick up my Goldwing because he's been looking after it. That's my motorbike in his garage. So I've got to travel on the train to my brother's up north and then bring my bike down. Are you doing a hangout on Wednesday, Darren?
I am. I'm very much aware that it might be a special day in some people's calendar, and therefore I'll be doing the hangout at 6 o'clock, and we are going to be showing you how to get your first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So we're going to be going through that. We'll be doing a couple of hangouts on that. But obviously the kickoff will be on to Coin Friends. Will be on Wednesday at 6 p.m. and I will be done by 6:50. Okay, which will give you time to put your feet up and pull a beer.
Get your beers ready for the football. I'm not a football fan, so I don't watch the football. I'm probably the only Englishman on the planet that's not interested in football. So I hope you enjoy the football, and we'll see. Darren will see you on Wednesday's hang. And I think on Monday we'll have some more concrete stuff to tell you, which is the following Monday, to tell you when we're going to start launching stuff. And I think what I'll do is I'll put together a time frame. I'll have a good chat with the programmers, tell you about the new design, tell you when that's going to be in place, tell you about when we're going to have these extra bots, tell you about the new bot, the other spot that we haven't even showed you yet. You're going to blow your socks off with that. And maybe we might tell you some other stuff about stuff that me and Darren are working on, but probably not. But you'll have to wait and see if you're on that hangout. So have a fantastic rest of the week. Come on, England. I think that's what they say. Football. I'm not so sure if it is, but hopefully it does, because we need the feel-good factor here in the UK. And we'll see you on the next hangout. Have a great evening, afternoon or morning, depending where you are in the world. Tutty, bye.